right, let's see what your message is for today. Cycles, moon magic. So you might be doing some moon magic. Highly intuitive as well. All right, let me put this over here on the side. Also, if you're menstruating, that might be, something having to do with sort of conclusions. We also had like the eclipses, so huge ending of a cycle or huge like new era coming in, okay? So let's get, grounding, earth. So whatever it is that you've been working on will be coming to fruition. Be mindful that they're not eating it, okay? Or somebody's not sabotaging whatever it is that you sowed, all right, or whatever it is that you planted. This is also huge prosperity coming in, all right. Yeah, high priestess again, so highly intuitive. Follow your intuition. Lots of wish fulfillments coming in, okay. Something astrological that is significant. Maybe also like Houston having something to do with something, okay. Houston is important, because what's coming to mind is like NASA, so like space exploration, or NASA, wherever the other one, Jeff Bezos, is, which is in Texas. So something having to do with Texas, maybe. Also, this can be something having to do with land that you're working on. So you might have a farm, you might be some sort of inheritance, or you might be selling some land, okay? Something having to do with land that's going to be very prosperous. This could also be like Oklahoma, Nebraska, Montana, for whatever reason. So maybe cattle is really coming into into like intuitively. So something having to do with maybe like harvesting cattle. I live in the South, so, and my ancestors were that. So something having to do with farming or crops, okay? Very much highly intuitive. So a huge windfall is coming in terms of money. This is also like land that's going to be sold, significant acreage, okay? Fertility, Beltany. All right, so this is a coming together, and this is, Beltany is like, I think marriage, okay, for paganism. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. I think it's celebrated in May. I'm not sure. So that might be coming, but there is some sort of marriage or higher commitment that's coming, that's in terms of a relationship. So this is about amorous, or this can also be familial, or this could be a business that's coming in that's going to be very, very prosperous. This can also be a huge marriage that's going to be very beneficial in terms of huge fertility. So you might be getting pregnant, you might be having a child, but also it could be like an abundant, like an abundance. So if you like have a business with your husband or your partner, or whoever it is that you're close to, your community, then that's going to do very, very well, and it's probably going to be taking off in May, and it's going to be really good. And then by like either October or the following May, you're going to do exceptionally well and be very much grounded and very abundant. And then you have Lithia, intensification. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's gaining momentum, whatever it is that you've been working on and whatever it is that you've been manifesting and praying for. I think you've done a lot of shadow work, okay? And this has to do with the South. What did I tell you? Watchtower of the South. So this is also Leo season. So most definitely some of you might be in the southern states, or the south of your country or your state or your area, okay, your community. So something's coming like that. This can also be like property, okay, that you're going to be coming into, like by Leo season. So by like June, I think, is Leo season. Let me check on that. By June, I think you're going to be closing out some sort of like contract. Yeah, like July, August. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, like Cancer or Leo season, okay? So July and August, I feel like something's going to be closing out that's going to be very important to you. Or after you marry, you're going to be living together, or you're currently living together and will be buying a home, okay? You might also be like moving to the south, okay? This can also be like seeing things from a higher perspective, being highly, protected. This can also be if somebody's in jail, they're coming out. Sorry, just random. Let me know in the comments below. This is also like huge protection with huge entities like CBP, like Customs and Border Patrol, or some sort of government agency, okay? Incubation, yeah, I think some of you are pregnant, all right? And be mindful, you know, I would say take it easy, and you're going to be having maybe like a July baby, or June, or September, October, okay? So that's sort of coming into fruition. This is also like incubation in terms of like property, money, okay? Your business, your career. There's going to be a huge intensification and very fertile lands and very fertile career, okay? Or business, or whatever it is that you do. Yeah, Watchtower of the East. This is a new beginning. So lots of property, lots of prosperity coming in for you. You know, especially for this spring, going into the summer, I think is going to be significant. Hex banishment. If you thought you were cursed, this is most definitely being eliminated, and I think it's because you've done the work. Okay, know that you're very highly protected, and as I tell my clients, you know, the more energy you give to these things, the more that they get. So the less that you, you know, think about it or address it or think that you have it, the more that you're going to give it energy, and the more that it's going to be perceived that way. So do your cleansings. You know, salt rubs are always really good, especially black salt. Also do your saging, do your limpias with an egg if you know how to do that. If you don't, you know, just sort of do whatever it is that you can do. Also walking a lot or grounding yourself, you know, going for a walk, 20-minute walk, and just be very much mobile and do your exercises, and be very like maybe fasting also might help, okay, to eliminate these negative energies. And then yeah, set your intention, okay, very interesting. So I think that whatever it is, if there was a hex, all right, or someone gave you the evil eye, because a hex doesn't necessarily have to be, okay, I'm going to do a little lesson here, okay? 6:55 on the clock. So lots of victory and changes on that. A hex doesn't necessarily have to be like the witches there with the cauldron or whatever. It could be somebody being very jealous of you, or someone, you know, just really thinking a lot about you, or someone, you know, wishing you ill, right? So be mindful of that. And that's why you shouldn't tell anybody anything until you're done, okay? And even if you're done, you know, like maybe a big, you know, career move or a house, okay, just don't mention anything until it comes out, or until it gets out by someone else once it's already done. So because you break the energies. So if there was a hex, that's being eliminated, and interestingly enough, this is going back to that person, okay? So if you did a reversal, I usually don't do any type of like reversals or whatever. I just let it play out, and I try to manage the energy, so that way it is what it is, right? And you know, karma will take care of it, is what I believe in. And then of course I believe that source is very much, you know, protecting me as well as my ancestors. So I feel very much protected. So if anybody ever like hexes me, or there's an evil eye, or there's a lot of jealousy, or whatever, they're vindictive for whatever reason, I just let it, you know, play out its course while I sort of protect myself, cleanse myself, and really ground myself. And that seems to hurry up the process and really, you know, eliminate it. But this is going back to whoever sent it, is going back to you. This is also setting the intention for whatever it is that you're wanting, and it's coming. So huge passion, as I told you, right? There's also going to be lots of passion in your relationship, but this is like a huge like expansion, all right, in terms of spirituality, but also in terms of whatever it is that you have in terms of career, finance, is going to be absolutely like fire. All right, yeah, intention. Let me see, what is this? Initiation spirit. Most definitely, I think you've gone through a huge initiation, which really leveled you up spiritually. I'm sure it was very painful, all right, because they really aren't, and people don't talk about that. So they're very painful. It's not unicorns and, you know, and butterflies. It's darkness, and it's really, you know, transmuting that darkness into light and really coming out ahead of it, and you're much better for it. But sometimes you're going through it and you feel like you're cursed. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you felt like you were cursed and you really weren't. You were going through a huge awakening, or the dark night of the soul, okay, and you came out of it. And leveling up spiritually has nothing to do with reaching an ultimate. I mean, I guess you do. The Buddhists believe that once you have reached the ultimate, right, you don't reincarnate. So maybe there is, but for us mortals, right, we it takes a long time. So leveling, so it's not like being bilingual. You think that if any of you are bilingual, like, you think that you've reached a high level of bilingual, and then you realize that you haven't, and if you don't use it, you lose it. And then it just depends about your environment. If I'm bilingual, English and Spanish and a little French, but I couldn't say that I'm bilingual French. But anyway, so what happens is that if I'm with people that speak more English than Spanish, then my English language sort of goes up. If I'm with people that speak more Spanish than English, then my Spanish goes up. So it's a constant balance, and that's how spirituality is. It's a constant balance of like leveling up and just really doing the work. Yeah, what I tell you, full like rebirth, okay? This child might be born like in like January 6th, El Día de los Reyes Magos. So that's, the Wise Men's Day, whatever. Catholics, especially Mexican Catholics. I don't know if all around the world celebrate that, but also this could be like Christmas, all right, that this is going to be coming in, and you're going to be super set by December, okay? What did I tell you? Magic circle, very much protected. Know that you're very much protected. Know that your baby is very much protected, but also be mindful of whatever it is that you do. So, and there's like a lot of money coming in, and so this is, it was 11:11 on the clock. So this is Lady Goddess Feminine, so hugely balanced in terms of feminine energy, okay? And this is about receiving, all right? And this is about motherhood. This is about birthing. It really feels like you're going to be having a child, if you haven't had one already. This can also be about birthing some sort of, business, okay? That's going to be absolutely off the charts in terms of money. So hope this helped. Love and light. Ciao.